welcome again in another episode of Thoughts of Education by Collegedunia.com. And today we have with us Vice-Chancellor of Best IU University, Mr. Maheswar. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
How are you doing, sir, today?
I'm doing fine today.
Yes, sir. So it is very nice to have you here, sir, on Collegedunia.com platform, where many of the education leaders have been coming and they have been expressing their thoughts on education. So, sir, to start with, you have been associated with the education sector for such a long duration, sir. So what is the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, in fact, my association with the academia is not that long. This is hardly about 8 years. But I was in association with this particular sector, through my developmental departmental works in the public sector. So I had a passion for this academia. I worked as the public sector government department, official for over 3 decades. Then I got an opportunity to join the academic institution like the University of Horticultural Sciences in Karnataka. Then after that, I got one more opportunity to be a Vice-Chancellor of the Best IU University in Anandpur. So my passion has driven me to get myself acquainted and getting into the mainstream of the academia. I like this, I love this, and I'm doing my might to the this particular education sector.
Right, sir. Exactly. So, sir, you have been holding a very key position, and there is a very big institution and university you are at 10 point of time heading. So, what is the philosophy of leadership you are following, sir?
See, our university and my exposure earlier gone with the association with learned education visionaries. Similarly, presently also, I've been with the visionary management practitioners, say our Chancellor and Chairman, who have a great vision on this education front. By virtue of their experience, by virtue of their past experience, and coming out with the new models. So with that, our system is now quite, enriched and empowered with educational values, which is the dire need of the society. So for me to confirm the newer types of actions, I've been molded, I've been guarded every step of mine with the ideology of the management mentors, and also the autonomy what we are now having in our system makes us to think of, look like towards creative and innovative things. So that's where we feel comfortable to deliver the required productive output to the society and to the education system.
Right, sir. So, sir, moving ahead, so I'd like to know, sir, how is the curriculum of Best University is ensuring that the best practices is being followed at your institution, sir?
See, the curriculum issue has been looked from the university in a multi-dimensional way. Basically, the fundamentals and basics are covered as any other general platform of the education system. But what is different with our innovation university is we emphasize on creativity, ideas, so that the new innovations will emerge out of that. So for that reason, we have a system of having interaction with the industry and also with the society. We interact with the industry for assessing the needs and to fine-tune the curricula of our system. So it is a demand-driven, it is a market-driven curricula being churned out in our system. More so, the innovative component of the syllabus and the curricula has been given greater emphasis. So in this context, we feel the curricula, the syllabus, the pedagogy are being fine-tuned to the futuristic industrial demands and to the societal requirements. So this is how we foresee the impact of our refinement of the pedagogy and the curriculum. Nevertheless, we do openly see the developments elsewhere. Now with the new educational policy, there are a lot of options being open for us to improvise the syllabus, pedagogy, so that the delivery will be very impactful. So in this context, the curricula in our system is very dynamic. It goes with the matching to the industry demand and to the societal requirements. And this is not the end of it. The students are being exposed to various new dimensions of the scientific technology. The technology-driven approach makes the system to manage the diversity and to manage the innovativeness. So this is how we look at the curricula system as such.
Wonderful, sir. Very wonderful. Sir, so moving ahead, I'd like to know your insights into how your university could be more welcoming to students of different races or economic backgrounds, sir.
Yeah, in fact, the survival of any of the university or institution goes with how it is closely able to look at the social fabric, how it is observing the dynamics of the society and the community. So once the university or institute understand these basic requirements of the society and industry, so we have to also give provision for such type of students community to enroll us with us. So it is in this way there is a scope for affordability and also a scope for access to so-called the socially vulnerable group and to the socially weaker sections. And why? Because the location of the institution itself, the regional location of the institute makes a lot of difference to the whole of the society. Why? Because an institute like ours is in the regional area. So the regional rural background is being accepted as one of the developmental motto or the mandate of our university. We do appreciate the involvement of the socially downtrodden communities and the students to enroll. We do give a special emphasis for them to support with the scholarship, and we do give a coaching and backing up for them to elevate themselves. So this is how we look at the dimensions of the socially weaker section to rise to the expected level. This is where, again, thanks to the several governmental programs are there. So there we try to dovetail, we try to integrate those programs for the better entry of the socially degradable students, and also to nurture them and support them in days to come. So this is how we want to encapsulate the available provisions in the society and in the government system for the promotion of these economically weaker groups.
Right, sir. Great, sir. Great insights you have given, sir. So, sir, moving ahead, what do you think are roles and responsibilities of the university and the student side? So there are two main components of the university and the student. So what do you think?
Not audible.
Sir, can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, what do you think is the roles and responsibilities of the student and the university? Are the two different components of the whole ecosystem?
See, the roles and responsibilities of the university and the student is now taking a different, spheres of its spread in the system. The reason is it is not the roles and responsibilities of the university and the students alone going to bring a change. It should be translated and transformed into duties and accountability. Once the accountability is fixed in the system, because the whole society is investing in these educational institutes for making the society a bright future. In that context, the accountable involvement of the faculty and the institution is very crucial. most of the private and public sector institutions, educational institutions more so, it requires to be more accountable now. Now there should be a greater amount of criteria for to see that this accountability is shown to the society. Unless the mandate and the criteria of the universities are spelled out in this accountability issue, there may not be greater change to happen in the society. This is where there's a difference between the public sector system and the private sector system. People say, why there is a difference in the quality of the education between these two? This is only because of accountability. We have to ensure that autonomy is on one hand and the accountability on one hand. Then only we can able to see a greater dimension of change in the university system. In future, we have to make the current day students, present day students to answer for the future things. For the present system, we have to groom the yesterday students for the tomorrow's requirement. Maybe in that context, if you can able to drop accountable parameters, accountable outputs, then only the society will appreciate, then the meaning of the higher education will be more valued. Because higher education itself is a special one. It is constitutionally rich. It is morally appreciated. It is politically strengthened and scientifically empowered. When such being the intention of the higher education, one should ensure that it should produce a qualitative result. It is the theory what we teach today should become the practice of tomorrow. So in that way, the universities must be able to adopt its specific roles and responsibilities.
Exactly, sir. That is really very nice to hear, sir. So, sir, moving ahead, what are some plans that you are currently or will be designing for best university international affairs or for the students?
Pardon?
So, sir, what are the plans, sir, that you will be currently working or on the design for international affairs and the students for best university, sir?
See, in an Indianized system, we are supposed to focus on conservation, consolidation of the existing best practices. Simultaneously, we are now adopting a plan of student exchange program across the country and even overseas. More so, in the recent past, we have formulated a plan known as short-term training program, short-term incubation program. So these are the ones where they are being provided for the students to generate their own ways of syllabus. They interact with the faculty, they develop the course program, and they are in a position to get those things done from the experts from different overseas. So with this, the exchange plan between the faculty and the students within and outside the the region, there is a blended learning. There is a blended learning which happens with the student community, and this is how we can really provide them altogether advanced knowledge. See, higher education is not providing only the skills, it is providing the advanced knowledge. So those advanced knowledge implications that could be got through these short-term programs. So this is one approach we have. And secondly, thanks to this recent online blended learning practice, our students are also exposed to several national and international fraternities, to wherein they are exposed for new things happening elsewhere, new science advances happening elsewhere. If it is in agriculture, if it is in horticulture, if it is in engineering, we are exposing for the futuristic programs. It may be artificial intelligence, it may be hydroponics, it may be aeroponics, okay? And it may be on the drone technology, it may be on the remote sensing applications. So likewise, students need to be exposed for the new subjects, new dimensions, which can happen only through this type of interaction across across countries and the different partners. So this is the plans we are envisaging. And in addition to that, what we are doing is to generate interest and curiosity and the changing in the mindset of the students. We are now bringing add-on programs. In the sense, during the course of the studying the degree, we'll make them to go for some certificate programs of 3 to 4 months or 10 to 12 months diploma program. So these add-on programs will certainly, expose them more, vibrantly for new options, and thereby they can able to update their capacities and competence.
Right, sir. So, sir, moving ahead, sir. So, what is the message would you like to give to the current youth, sir?
See, as you are aware that India is the youngest country among the developing countries. Nevertheless, now it is time to educate the current students for the future challenges. For that, it is not only the knowledge part, it is not only the skill part, the holistic development of the student must be taken into cognizance. For that, university has a greater role to play with. Universities they should serve as pillars for molding the students as to, which these universities must be able to teach as to what to think, from to how to think. It is not that we should only focus on the students to just do the routine things. We must make them to plan for how to think. So this is where the accountability of the university is very much we have to see that, and the universities should perform as standalone professional institutions to mold these students, to mold this young generation. I'm sure the university leadership, university's educational mottos, they are going to impress upon they should be drawn in such a way that they should be able to foresee the expectation of the students and the youth to the country and to the globe. In that context, you have to prepare the students for the future. The futuristic preparation of the students should be the mandate of any of the university, wherein investments, interest, all those are going to matter much.
So that was really very much inspiring, sir, for all the students, and also for the students who are looking out for engineering courses and looking up for best university for admission for the next year, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. It was very wonderful and it was a very nice interview, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.